And it is time for Family Check. Thank you for staying with us. Today's conversation, as I had mentioned at the very beginning of the program, is on love. But specifically, our question is, would you marry the person you love or the one that loves you? Which is which, the one you love or the one that loves you? This should be an interesting conversation. And my panelists are here. We have from the very far right, we have Pastor Paul Blessing. Pastor Paul is the director, Star with Paul. Welcome to the show, Paul.
Thank you.
All right. And then we also have Nelly Mutai. Nelly Mutai is a multimedia creative and actress. Welcome to the show, Nelly.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so we're going to be having this very interesting conversation. Do you marry the one that you love or the one that loves you? And how does that look like? Like, what is the dynamic of all of this? Maybe we may just begin by defining what exactly love is in the perspective of a long-term partnership or relationship. Let's start with you, Nelly.
For me, love is not only like the emotional part where, you know, you're being loved. Mine is more of a commitment, consistency, responsibility, like someone who cares for you as a whole. Yeah.
That's what love is
to me.
All right, Paul, what exactly is love? What does it look like?
Okay. Thank you for having me. Love is our statement. But that is now when it comes to marriage. I think on our platform, we are talking particularly about marriage. Because there is love that is just a relationship which is not getting to marriage. But here we are talking, do you marry the person you love? So according to me, love in marriage is something that has to have a mutual commitment to each other, a feeling, because 1,000 women will pass through before a man. But something in his heart or her heart will be attached to a particular person, not many, one. And that's what draws you to become this your life partner, because you're talking about marriage. Sometimes you may get into the wrong person because of how you did it. Maybe you looked at the one who is able to help you, is going to carry you along, but maybe their motive was wrong, or they were not ready for it. But true love, I just believe that, for me, that it should be mutual. Maybe I love him more, or he loves me more, then they'll be like, I didn't like it. You were the one who came in. That's my perspective.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be mutual.
Okay, yeah, well, in the perfect world, it's supposed to be mutual, right? You're supposed to love each other. I love you, you love me. But now, you know, there's what you are saying, you know, this one loves the other more, or, you know, so where would you want to fall? Whereby you are the one who loves this person more, or this person loves you more?
I would believe in mutual. I don't want to go anywhere. I believe in mutual. I believe in mutual. I want it to be the same way. Yeah. I don't want that someone loves the other, because along the way, someone will see that this is not me. Yeah. Because if maybe there's a reason, why should he love me more than I love him? Why should he love me more than I love him? Because in marriage, there's giving and taking, okay? There must be trust, which is very expensive. To give someone your trust, we have thought about getting into a matatu or an aircraft. And you sit comfortably, you believe this person went to school, knows what they are doing. So you are giving your life to someone. I trust that I'm stated. I belong. You give your name. You give children. You should love and trust. You see? But if it is him who loves only, or you love only, there'll be a question mark along. I remain on mutual.
Okay.
That's me.
All right. Well, we've been joined by a gentleman here, Dan. We have Duncan Juma, who is a life coach, and he's here with us. Dan, karibu.
Asante sana.
How are you doing this morning?
Great, I'm feeling great.
All right, so we started off by defining what exactly love is in the long run. What does that look like?
I think, of course, love in itself has many corners to it. They say there's love for your parents, that's different from love for animals and things. Then there's the love for the one you love. So I'm told there's different categories. But I think in the context of relationships, it's then what they call the eros, which is the love that then leads to people being together in a union and of sorts.
Yeah.
But in the nitty-gritties of what really love is, I think it's affection. It has many colors. Yeah, there are people we love, and then we don't like, and then there are others we like, and
Ooh,
we
there's
don't
one.
love.
You can love someone and not like them.
And actually feel liking is bigger and
Than love.
weightier. Yeah, I have
Than
relatives of mine that I love, but I don't like.
You don't like
I
them.
don't like.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Define more.
So you can find yourself in a marriage where this man loves you, but they don't really like you. Or this woman loves you, but they don't really like
Which
you.
part? Exactly what they love and what they like. Can you?
Yeah,
define
it is true. All those are faces. Sometimes you love what you saw, then what met the eye is not what meets the nose or anything else, and then you change. So there are different categories to it.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you meet someone somewhere, you like them, then you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh God, of all
What is
creation,
this?
bless this
What?
our land and nation. So there are,
Yeah.
And then sometimes you can also grow into liking someone when you start discovering that there are corners about their lives that you didn't know. Or you met them when they didn't have money and you didn't like them much, then they started cleaning up and you started liking them. So there are many parameters to all these mix.
Yeah, okay. Remember, you can also get to join in this conversation. You can send your messages, WhatsApp messages, or you can call in live. Our numbers will be open within no time. The number is 0716-103-301. 0716-103-301. You can send in your WhatsApp message or call in live once the lines are open. Now, Nelly, would you rather someone who loves you or you love them?
So as you said earlier, in the perfect world, it will be nice if you meet a person you love and they love you equally. But in the practical world, that might not be the case. So as per the question, I would choose over and over again a man that loves me more than a man that I love.
Even if you do not love them at all?
I'm very okay with that. This is because I feel as an individual, I can grow to love a person who loves me. First of all, a man who loves you is just everything a woman needs. A man who loves you will provide for you, will care for you, will show you affection. And for me, those are my needs. So as long as my needs are met, why would I not love the person?
Eventually.
Eventually, with time. Yes.
All right. I want to hear from the man. Would you rather someone that loves you or you love them?
I think I would rather someone that I love.
Someone that you love.
Everyone has their size. Everyone has their liking and all that. I would rather maybe win them over to like me than go into this arrangement thinking that it's them who have an affection over me and maybe now I will learn. I think it's very clear. It's me who needs to love and then win her over. I would rather any day someone that I love, I can, and of course, this affects all men. We burn our bridges. We feel bad after some time when you realize they didn't love you in the first place. They loved your things and not you. But I would rather, that's what I'm paying for, as opposed to, I don't like you at all. You're the one who is head over heels for me. I don't think that even works in the real world. But again, to be fair to her, nowadays women say they love what a man can do, a woman can do, but then when they describe, you realize they actually want a traditional man, a guy who can provide and all that. So anyway, we are here now.
We only want that gender role to be at a certain point, you know, like, yes, what a man can do, a woman can do, but then when it comes to the gender roles, there's where we are drawing the line.
I can quote someone, and it's not me, I'm just quoting them. They say women grow faster in all spheres of life except financially than a man. So again, there we are.
Okay, now Pal, there's the issue of dating potential, right? So for example, like he said, he would rather someone that they love. Yeah, anampenda, but the lady not really. So does that mean you're dating potential? You're dating this person for marriage, but you're hoping, I hope that they're gonna love me eventually. You know, that's the dating of potential. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's look at exactly what is the role of a man in a love situation. Even the Bible says man should love and the woman should respect. And that respect automatically comes when you love. And of course the love will come when you respect. So it will be automatic. But now, as you said, a dating potential. Let's say you are dating someone. Because by these things what we are talking about, we should discover during the dating period whether this person loves you or not, what they love, what they don't love. Because in any relationship, let me tell you, the most important thing in your life is your destiny, your blueprint. Even maybe someone loves you, But according to their destiny, they're supposed to go this way. And according to you, you should go to this way.
Yeah.
So because he loves you, you are bound by that love, then you will not go anywhere. Either they will pull you to their side, or you will pull each other, never go anywhere. So usually in every marriage, in a relationship or marriage, I think, also during dating period, it's good to understand what are my values, what is my vision.
Yeah.
Can we really go together?
Yeah.
Because they will either kill your destiny or make you. If you are not. So this dating potential you are talking about is, how do we discover what we want in life, in future? Because the love thing is what bonds us together. Trust and, of course, security and all that. But during this time, what am I discovering? This person, apart from loving and protecting and even providing for me,
Yeah.
everybody has a blueprint. Are you watching your blueprint? Can he carry that thing along? Or will it crash it down? That's my thought.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Nelly, since you're very strong on you'd rather someone that loves you over and over, like you wouldn't even think about it, right? But now, do you at least have some admiration for this person? Because I'm imagining this is someone who's coming to you. They love you. They are promising you the world in terms of the love they give to you. But do you want to tell me you're just going to get in even if you feel nothing completely, not even admiration, not nothing?
So this is the situation. Getting married is not always just, love is just one factor. There are so many things you're looking into. You get? So for you to get into that point that you want to marry this person, as she said, values should align, long-term goals should align. Like you people should have one vision. Like, do you all want to have children, religion, where we're going to stay? All those factors should be on the table. You know what we said last week? Like, these are conversations you should have during the dating time. So all those things, all those factors, zikotik, it's only love. I'm getting married.
Yeah.
Yes.
You grow.
I will grow into
grow.
loving that person. A person who loves me, I will grow to love as a woman. I feel like as a woman, or women generally, we are nurturers. We get to love children we have not even seen in the stomach.
Sure.
A man I will love.
Yeah. So actually what Nelly is saying is what you were talking about. You know, for you, as long as you love them, you don't really care if they love you or not. So from what she's saying, is that exactly what you're talking about?
Yeah, I think just on emphasis, and I think we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Many times, from a man's perspective, in fact, if a woman tells you I love you, we don't know what you're saying. Maybe you're saying you love my car and all that. I mean, look at how, if there's a quote where they say, if you're poor and you're speaking in a family function, then they almost want you to finish because you are becoming a nuisance. But you can be speaking gibberish and nonsense because you can buy your space. And in that sense, for men, even our interpretation of love is sort of from the respect levels that you get from this woman. That's why if you're dating, for example, you mentioned it earlier, if you don't feel this lady is respecting you, there's a chance that even when she crosses over, she won't respect you and all that. So our interpretation of love is not even what ladies look at in that sense. Yeah. I mean, how many times have you met Beauty and the Beast? Women will tell you, oh, tall, dark, and handsome. Then you find some guy who has a very personalized face and God is using him in very many ways. And you look at the wife and you're wondering, and then you look at yourself, you're like, hey, this world's
How did this one bag this woman?
Yeah, like, you know, so to the most for a man is you interpret respect that you get as love. She can sing all she wants and say, I love you, good night, buju, buju, whatever. But if you're not reading it as respect, think of it this way, scenarios. If my wife, for example, talks to me badly in front of my relatives in the village, there's a chance there will be no peace in Nairobi. Because there is a sense in which that interpretation of what I feel as respect. That's why people say, if someone meets you and you guys were in the middle of a fight, there are basic rules around how we de-escalate whatever was happening in the house, put on a facade or a page that says we are okay here, you're the guys who are wrong, then after that we can pick it up from there. But respect to a man is the ultimate measure of what we call as love. However, men express love through their giving, through their protecting, and even from marriage. Okay, let me say something controversial. I feel like marriage has some meaning in the world of women, but I don't know because I'm not one of them. But I think for men, it gives us value, it gives us purpose. A man says, I'm providing for my family. It gives them a chance to even go and work out. I don't think if a woman says, I'm providing for my family, it has any meaning in her world. Maybe it does, but for a man, you can go and die for some bigger cause, and marriage gives you stability and all that. Because of that, then you express your love, not necessarily because of what you're saying. Of course, society is forcing us to say, I love you every day. And you're like, one currency should work anyway. So what I'm trying to emphasize on is then as a man, the expression of love comes through the things you do, or you desire to do.
Actually, one of my directors is asking the question, you know, from what you've said, does it mean that a man who is not providing, a man who is not giving you money and all that, clearly does not love you?
No, I think that's how women interpret the world. There's a guy called Crazy Kena who did a small video where he was showing how women look at a man who is not providing, and they were showing a picture of like a sheep or like a goat. There's a way we are weighed by what you bring on the table. Yeah. Unfortunately, love in its pure form without giving is interpreted as not love to the most, at least from the men's perspective. And that's why if a man doesn't have, sometimes it becomes very complicated. And even think of about a man who doesn't have money, but is available to cut onions with you. You can only, you know, tolerate him in that space for a while. Then you're like, mbona huko kawa na mwenzako, you know? So because that's not really our space. Yeah. Even when they say a wife sometimes can just buy one tomato for you because you missed to buy, and then she says she's bought the world for you, she's paid rent and all that. So
feeding you.
Yeah, and I think also, to be fair to women, I don't think women are cut out to provide for a man in the long haul. They can help temporarily, they can help for a month or two, but as a man, you need to also make effort to look like you're also reciprocating. Unfortunately, and I say something as controversial, if a woman sabotages what a man is supposed to do, like you pay rent for a man, what happens is you sabotage his risk-reward system, sort of. He's likely to even get the money that you gave him to support someone else who feels like they're reciprocating.
Okay. So, okay, let's take a break on that note, and then we'll come back and pick it up from there. We're taking a break. Remember, you can get to talk to us. The number is 0716 103 301. Don't go too far. We'll be back in a moment. And we are back. Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. I want us to start from where we had left from. And it was, you know, Dan, you had said that, you know, when a woman provides for the man, it gets to a point where now this man will kind of feel inferior or something, and will actually be taking this small money that he has to go finance someone else. And I would love for you to jump into that, Pal. Like, what exactly is that?
But I didn't say the inferior part.
You did say. I'll deal with that. I'll deal with the inferiority. Yeah. Just leave it to me. Okay. Just stay there. He doesn't want to admit.
All right.
This is what happens. You know, a man by nature is supposed to be the head, and the woman the neck. It happens that maybe something happened and financially it's not stable. And you look at this, it's our family. So what we have, let's put on the table and use it. However, that woman who tried to be submissive and give all this money, even the man to manage, he still feels not a man enough.
Because
when
he's not the one
provide. That's the nature of a man. So what he will do along the way, he may even become bitter and look for ways even to accuse the woman for no reason. Or you find he has now started finding someone who can submit with the small that he will take out of this. And he will play around, he will get married to that particular person. Though you are giving out everything. There's another one that is very comfortable to be fed. They have the inferiority inside them, but they won't show it because they don't want to work, they don't want commitment, they want to be given everything, okay? But naturally, a man is supposed to be the provider. And I don't say women who provide are doing the wrong thing. It is how you place it and according to what is on the table. If the man that doesn't have, it's okay. But you be careful. I'm not saying that you go and start searching. It happens because of the ego in him.
Yeah.
It's just like when it comes to like dating we were talking about. To know that you know someone, make sure you see them at the highest peak of their anger and the highest peak of happiness. Otherwise, you don't know them. Because that will give you how they behave on their high and their lows.
On their low.
Yeah. And that's what that's what I thought for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nelly, what do you think about that? You know,
I'm really learning right now.
Yeah.
Like I have never thought it the way Dad put it. But either way, I feel like when you provide for a man, it should be like the helping kind. Like maybe something has happened. If you guys are living together, his job is not working out, you can help for a while. But like the full time providing like entirely, that dynamic does not work for me. Though I have seen it, now it's the modern time.
Yeah.
Then, sometimes you get married to a woman who earns way more than you. So I've seen it working for other people, but I've never thought it makes the man feel less, or then they might take the money and go provide for someone else so that they feel good about themselves. I have never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
But
how much is a while?
A while?
How long? Not much. You got money.
How long is a while?
2 weeks. The person who's dating me is like, how long?
But let me quickly
A while is a while.
let me say something. I think you ladies are saying the right thing, but with very wrong nuance.
Was.
Yeah. I didn't say
Inferiority.
man is inferior. There's not. I mean, we must also have a group of men representing us where you're being fed. Like there has to be someone. The world has to be balanced.
Yeah.
So the problem mostly is not even a woman is earning more or providing for you. It's how they rub that into the man. Like, there's a way if a woman is more successful, or there's a way some rub that the wrong way. Even a man may not want to work with her, because then, you've heard of women saying, let me go meet my fellow woman in the house and stuff like that. And it's not in a derogatory way, but, remember, for a relationship to work, you guys must work as a team.
Yeah.
And to a man, I mentioned about respect and all that, but they say in a man there's almost two categories. There's the lion and the fool, and you get the one you speak to every day. So if you tell him, naona hii nyumba hata hatujakula nyama for some time, hata hiyo siku hamtakula nyama, because you spoke to the full side of this guy. But if you say, kuna kitu unaniambia leo nikaa nitakula nyama, that guy can even go and steal for you. Because then you're speaking to the right
to the
side.
lion now.
Yeah, and that's the support. And Madam said, the men are head, then women the neck. I don't know where women got this neck thing. When you talk about head, we're talking about leadership.
It's
about
leadership.
No matter how powerful a lot of women are, they still look forward to some level of order, semblance of direction, and that's what the man should provide. And sometimes maybe for that economic season, the only thing he's brought is his head, giving you direction for where that money should go. But I'm just saying. So we must get to a place where also we appreciate that how you rub that success that you have or leverage over the man also counts in terms of making him feel respected or feel honored or loved.
All right. I want us to get back to our conversation, which was, do you love, would you marry the person that you love or the one that you do not love, right? And my take would be, just to get also my opinion on this, mine would be, I would rather someone who loves me more than I love them. But that is not entirely what it is, because at the end of the day, love is not enough. I don't know if you feel like love is enough, but love is not really enough. You need to look at the values. Are they aligning? Are your values aligning? Do your goals align? The lifestyle compatibility, does it align? There's a lot to it.
So
even the spiritual part of it.
At what point do you look at that?
At what point do I look at that? When you're
dating.
When you're dating.
I mean, that's the whole point of dating. You date so that you know.
But they come to reveal themselves later after dating.
I don't know which world you ladies live in, but dating is such a small window. Let me think about Nairobi. You're meeting in the restaurants, you're dressing up for the occasion. That's what we call dating. You're praising which hotel gives you the best fries and all that. You rarely get to know this person. I like what you say. The highs and the lows of the getting to know this person has to be different to context. But you met me when I was just from college.
Yeah.
You've not met me when my bank has millions. I'm a totally different animal. And it's about now maybe looking at very early values that then speak to maybe this guy will not change, or this guy has some level of support system that has anchored him to be solid, to maybe not change when circumstances change and all that. So dating in itself is such a limited version of getting to know someone. Because what do you do during dating? You put your best foot forward.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen someone got married, then they discover 10 years down the line that she had another baby and all that? Like, you didn't know.
You didn't know.
If anything, how many of us can tell the too much truth during dating season so that you lose them?
Yeah.
So capacity to build, I feel like it's just about, if you align on the values, get to know what is working. You know, you'll always see something that may not work, but what is working, I think that you can ride on. But to answer your question directly again, I still feel it's important for me as a man to be the one who shows my love to you, and I appreciate you, because men look forward to coming back home to something, to someone. There's a joy. I don't have to ask myself, when I go home, do I first of all massage the door or massage the person in there? It has...
Or wait until 10 before you come and knock the door, whether it will be opened.
Yeah. Remember, our lines are now open. You can get to call us live. You can call in live and get to give us your opinion, or if you have a question on what we are talking about, the number is 0716 103 301. The lines are officially now open. You can call and give us your opinion. Would you marry the one you love or the one that loves you? There's a message that has come in. Let me just, okay, here we are. This one has written a long one. Okay, let me see. Dennis Nambale from Voi. First, you need to understand that love and marriage is overrated. That's how he starts his statement. Love and marriage is overrated. What most people view as love is actually not love, but just chemical reaction that has a short lifespan for some long time. That's why you hear, I don't love him anymore. Love is actually sacrifice. It's about overlooking the shortcomings of the other person, always putting them above you first, never judging them. The Bible says, no greater love than this, that a man lays down his life for his friend. That's what God is about. He is love. We messed up, but still he sacrificed himself so that we can still be able to get to him no matter what. Okay, it's really long. So do not marry for love, marry for purpose and with understanding, because with all else, when all else fails, the purpose and understanding will pull you through. Yeah.
I kind of almost coming, I think the guys are pulling me to accept that a man should love. Yeah. I'm also I think they're putting it in a way that now I can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, mainly I believe purpose should be key. Because if you...
Okay, let's take that first call. We have James Martin from Embu. James, if you can hear me, good morning. And which side are you on? Do you need to marry someone that loves you or the one that you love? James. Hello, good morning, James. Hello. Can you hear me?
Nakusikia.
Aya, tueleze wewe uko upande upi? The person that loves you or the one that you love?
Mimi niko upande wa Embu.
Hivi
nasema hivi. Kwa hii swali limeona hapa. Hello?
Yeah, nakusikia, endelea James.
Kwa hii swali limeona hapa, mtu anaoa yule mtu ambaye anampenda. Mwanaume anaoa yule mtu ambaye anampenda. Lakini mtu akisema ati anaoa yule mtu ambaye anapendwa, mtu anachagua yule mtu ambaye anampenda, lakini sio anachaguliwa.
Hapo wewe unazungumzia mwanamume na mwanamke, na wewe mwenyewe kama mwanamume wamtaka mtu ambaye anakupenda ama mtu ambaye wewe ndio unampenda?
Mimi nikiwa mwanaume naoa yule ambao nimechagua nampenda. Na akiwa ni mwanamke anaolewa na yule ambao anampenda pia.
Asante sana. For him, I think he's on your side. Like for a man, just marry the one that you love.
Yeah, marry your struggles. Pick your struggles.
Pick your struggles.
And deal with it.
Yeah. Our lines are open, by the way. You can also be able to send WhatsApp message. That is 0716-103-301. 0716-103-301. Do you marry the one that loves you or the one that you love? There's another message here. But how will one realize that the girl really loves me and not my position or wealth? I think that's the worry of so many men. Yes. Because a good number of girls decide to separate immediately the man gets sacked or become poor. That is Balala from Kilifi. So for him, he's wondering, like, how do I tell? Can you be able to tell someone that loves you truly? Is there a measure for that?
You know, there are people who, like I was saying from the beginning, there is a true love. That's why we say that 1,000 men you have met in your life, but someone was drawn to you. That is something that was from in. It became true love, and you can love that particular person. That person, when things go wrong, it is you take both of you as your business. Apart from the issue of the ego of the man. As we said, if a man you remove, it's like a fish, remove from the water, whether he has money or he has wealth or he lacks respect, it's like a fish out of water. It dies. You have seen some people who are very senior. Maybe they are bodyguards, they have everybody around them. Then they go and pick up and run. Then at home, they deliver to a woman who said, I've never seen a foolish man like you. It becomes like water which has been dropped down. Because the strength of that man, however respect he gets out, the woman in the house is very key to that man. I don't know whether you accept what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think you should preach this message to the women conferences a lot more. Especially, especially men with power. You've been worshipped out here, but when you reach home, the dynamic is different. And of course, women need to be feared. If you have a woman who can access you at so many levels, there's some level of also fear that you need. But talking about the ego of a man, really it's what exists. In fact, for a man, it's that what you guys describe as ego, but I think most time when you talk about a man and ego, you think about it negatively. For me to be in my
it's
A
the
game,
strength, according to me. The strength of a man is the ego.
If someone came to me and said I look ugly, maybe it may not bother me. But if someone came to me and said, hey, I've met handsome people, but I feel like you are...
We have a caller. Let's take Johnson. Johnson from Eldoret. Johnson, good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you?
We're very well, thank you. Thank you for calling in. Tupatie maoni yako.
Kwanza mimi nimefurahia mjadala wako. Lakini pande wangu nikiangalia vizuri, love you have to mpaka upalilie. You cannot get 100% sure yule unataka. Mwanaume hapo na weakness yake, msichana pia kuna weakness yake, mpaka mpalilie ndio muweze kupata ile line ambaye kila mmoja ataheshimu mwenzake. No matter hapo na pesa ngapi, no matter bibi anafanya kazi rank gani, you just have to cultivate so that you can reach the goal. So much.
So wewe kwako wasema love inapaliliwa, yani you work on it.
Inapaliliwa.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Sasa wewe kujibu swali letu leo, unamuoa yule ambaye unampenda ama yule ambaye anakupenda, alafu samjue vile mtapalilia mapenzi yenu kule mbele?
Them are the same.
Yes? Oh, we've lost him. But for him, mapenzi, you work on it.
It is progressive.
Yeah. But me, I just feel like a woman can grow to love a man, but I do not think a man can grow to love a woman. I feel like it just has to be instant. Because I feel like men do know. They know I do love this one. You know how they say men know? Like
when he knows.
He knows. Yeah. So I feel like men know. I love this woman. I want to work things out with this woman. I want to make this work. I want to commit to this woman. But a woman, if you're loved the right way, you're loved how you want to be loved, you can't grow to love a man.
Yeah.
I think I should hold forth for the men.
Love?
Don't speak on behalf of them. I'm here.
So do you grow to love? Can a man grow to love?
I think there are all those scenarios.
There's growth.
But we must get to understand, from a man's perspective, a man can actually subcategorize a woman. You can meet some woman and like this one day, then I disappear into the bush. because then you see the value you place on any woman.
But that's exactly what we are saying. When a man knows, they know. Like, you'll know, this one, I want
I
her
will
for
commit,
marriage.
yeah,
This one, I want
is
her
a
for just
one-time
today
thing.
and tomorrow.
Yeah.
This one, like, so the question is, do you grow in love?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, everyone grows in love.
Yeah.
The person you get married to is
You're
not
not
the
the person you
person
live with.
who you will live with the following day.
To
Yeah.
that's my point, but in other words. Dominic, we can hear you. Good morning, Dominic.
Dominic kutoka Kenya.
Yes, Dominic, tueleze.
Mimi napenda mwenye anapenda kuliko mwenye anipenda.
You prefer mwenye anakupenda yeye.
Kuliko mwenye anipenda.
Sababu ikiwa?
Mwenye ananijua kama anipenda na kama ananipenda.
Sorry?
Mwenye ananipenda kuliko mwenye anapenda.
Sikupati vizuri, unaweza reduce the sound of your... Okay, we've lost him. Did you get exactly what he was saying? But I've got that he said he would rather the woman that loves him.
I want to say this. As he was saying, there's progression. I think a man, if you find a woman and you can see there's a potential, maybe she didn't become what she should be because something she didn't have, you can invest in her. But the main investment to a woman is loving her, of course. When you love her, she will put out whatever she was.
Yeah.
You see,
Let's get this caller before we lose them. Naumo, good morning.
Yes. Good morning.
Talk to us.
Nilikuwa nasema kwamba unampenda mwenye anakupenda.
Unampenda
Someone that loves you, someone that loves you, ndio unampenda.
Kwa nini?
Kwa sababu ule akikupenda wewe na wewe umpendi. Lakini hiyo marriage haifai. Hainjani.
Hiyo sababu haimani.
At long run mtawachana. Lakini mwenye anakupenda wewe huyo sasa ukimpenda yeye hiyo marriage itastay. Kwa sababu mmeshapendana.
Okay, and I would love you to jump onto that kwa sababu wewe uko from the other end whereby you say, as the man, I need to love you. It doesn't matter if you love me, I'll love you and then, tuta catch up, right? That's what you said. But he's saying, ukipenda hivyo, utakuja kuachwa tu eventually because now huyu akupendi. Yeye anasema mpende yule ambaye yeye anakupenda.
Yeah, I think sikusema it doesn't matter whether you love me back. I'm just saying, at least I must participate in saying, this is what I want and this is what I'm going for. Remember, a man would like to keep what he got. That's why, unaweza kuta in a season, if now the love didn't progress and grow, when you change, maybe you give birth, you change. If he didn't love you in its pure form, then there's a chance that he will start thinking, hey, maybe this is not what I got myself into. But most times you must get to at least show it first, but there's a law for reciprocity. Yeah, if you say they're not grateful for the little things or the big things that you do, of course ladies will tell you there's the little things that matter. Then if you do the little ones, they are like, what kind of man are you? People are buying
cars and you're buying flowers.
You're buying flowers and others are buying cars. This Nairobi has shown me things.
Let me tell you, a woman is very funny. You can buy a woman a chocolate, buy her a car. Depending on how she is, she will remember the chocolate and take a car as a responsibility for you as a man to buy for the wife.
Yeah.
Do we have a manual? Like, man, I feel like we need, a manual. The woman.
No. That is what I was saying earlier before we...
Let's get to listen to Christopher. Christopher, good morning.
Morning.
Talk to us, Christopher.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, good morning. I can hear you.
That's the issue in love. I think to be fair, unajua wanaume naturally hata to the same day anaoa temptations huwa zinakuwa. But it doesn't mean that the man does not love that woman.
Okay.
Yes, but for the ladies,
Uh-huh.
I think in most cases, and I'm not being biased, how do you wanaleta issues for marriage?
Hey,
Because
unanipoteza.
they should understand these men.
Uh-huh.
Because a man
Yeah.
can look outside, but love you.
So Christopher, what are you saying
Really?
What I'm saying
ameanza
is-
vita.
Christopher, unasema, you know, like it's like you're saying a man will love you, but they're allowed to look outside. If I
No,
put
no,
it,
no, it's
use-
not that they are, I'm not saying that they are allowed to look outside.
But they
The
will.
man's by
Yeah.
nature.
But kuna kitu inaweza sukuma mwanaume. Yeye anaweza kuwa tempted angalie nje.
Okay, tumempoteza Christopher. Nelly ulikuwa amekutrigger, like amekutrigger.
Ameleta a whole new topic and I'm triggered. Because he's saying even on the day that you marry, you can be tempted. You can look outside.
Yes.
In short, you can cheat.
Yeah.
Because you're a man, it's okay, but you still love the person. I even wanted to turn and ask that, is this the case?
Let him answer
Do
that.
men-
No, no.
Like, I feel like it's a whole topic on its own.
You ladies, just do your job. Men are simple, basic. You deflect that guy's for you do a good job, he won't look outside. So let's just focus and we remember look outside because maybe you're
Living with men
sleeping
is
on
a
the
task.
job.
Living with men is a task.
Yeah.
What do you mean you do your
just,
job?
Just do your job. We are very simple, basic. We just need to have one side
Invest.
full, the other side empty, and we are okay.
I think
Life goes on.
this
You
is a
will do
whole
all that
different.
I know.
And even
I
a
know.
man can be
Choice
taken by a
that
plate
we
of
can-
food.
Yeah.
Just go somewhere, he serves some good food, and with humility, and he goes.
But
Yeah,
what
and
is
why
that?
you
I do
do
not-
you know why
You're not cooking.
restaurants?
So you are not cooking.
No.
Do you
You
know
are
why
seated there.
restaurants are thriving? Because the waitress worshipped
Ugandans, they
you.
even like go on their knees, and I'm
But
so sure
still-
Ugandan men still. So please. That one
Now,
is-
Kenya women, looks like you're not listening. We'll still have this conversation 10 years down the line. Yeah, men are best simple. A man, I want to come home. Well, you know, there are times we say, oh, peace of mind. Like it's not a real, it's a real thing to our world. I want to come home. I've had my world beaten up. I want to come home to peace.
And rest.
And rest. And so your expression of love is actually to accommodate, you know, and accommodate me and allow me to thrive in that
We'll
space.
have
Then
that
we will
as
go
a,
back
we'll
to
have
their
that as a
polygamous in
conversation.
nature.
We'll
We'll
have
go
that
back
as
to
a
that.
No,
conversation.
no, there's nothing
Let's
like
listen
nature.
to Wambua. Wambua, good morning.
Good morning.
Tuongeleshe Wambua.
Niko kwenye mjini wenu na mjadala pale unaendelea.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. What's your take kwa mjadala ambao tunaongelea leo? Unamari yule ambaye anakupenda ama yule ambaye wewe unampenda, na kwa nini?
Ukipenda mwanamke ambaye ashakupenda.
Usijisikilize Wambua. Can you kindly mute your TV? Mute the TV so that tuelewane.
Okay, sasa unapenda mwenye ashakupenda. Ukimpenda yeye mkiwa katika maisha, mkishaingiliana katika maisha, yule ambaye anakupenda wewe utampenda automatically.
Yule ambaye anakupenda.
Akishaingia katika maisha yako na amekuonesha ya kwamba amekupenda, wewe mwenyewe utampenda na utakuwa enda katika maisha yako, wewe mwenyewe utajiweka katika hiyo nafasi yake. Kwa hivyo mtakuwa mnatembea pamoja.
Kwa hiyo
ni
wewe,
vizuri kuoa ambaye ama kuingiliana mtu ambaye anakupenda.
alright, so for you, you prefer someone that loves you, and then mkiingia mtapendana tu kwa mbele mbele.
Inamaanisha wewe mwenyewe kama wewe ni mwanaume alafu ukipenda mtu ambaye hakupendi, unamlazimisha mapenzi na anaweza akakusumbua baadaye. Maanake hujui kama ameamua kubadilika.
There's that too, yeah. Okay.
So ni vizuri kupenda mwenyewe anakupenda yeye mwenyewe, kwa sababu wewe mwenyewe katika mwanaume huwa anahitaji mwanamke katika maisha yake. Kwa hivyo ukipenda mwenye anakupenda, wewe mwenyewe utaingiliana mwenyewe automatic.
Okay.
Na ile leo
Asante sana.
There's a question I usually ask women in conference is like, you remember the wedding day? You with that kind of angel that he was handed over. Okay? Now she has come into the home and this is her place. She relaxes completely. Now this guy goes to work and finds the kinds of Vivian. What he sees during the day, then he gets on and he finds a T-shirt with a big uruta tanotena. So the kind of person that he got and what he finds, something different, it puts him off. So I think there's also the part of investment, as long as we grow. Can we just make sure, is he happy with what he sees? Because men have to see. There's something about sight with men. Me, I sell men's clothes. If you add 15 shirts, they could not buy because they were old. When buy 15, they come and see, they buy even the old ones. They need to see something new. There's something about newness in men, in their psychology. So you need just to make sure you progress. Yeah, you work on yourself because he needs to see. Am I talking the truth?
I like what you're saying. You're on my side, finally.
Allow me to read the messages that are coming in. Remember, we are also taking in your messages. You can send your WhatsApp message on 0716-103-301. We're taking the messages as well and the call-ins as well. So someone says, respect is the main reason for marriage. This is a man. He's saying respect is the main reason for marriage. It is a full package. There's love in it too. So for them, they just believe the woman that respects them. That is the woman they're picking. Another one is saying, okay, let's pick the call first, and then I'll get to continue with the messages. Good morning. John, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, talk to us. What's your take on this conversation?
I will go for the one that
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Nilikuwa nasema heri moyo mwenye anakipenda.
Sikusikii vizuri. Okay, we've lost him. So there's another message here. Hello, good morning. I would like to have an advice from you people. Okay, you said you've been waiting for this topic, but you didn't ask the question that you wanted. Okay, kuna mwanamume nimejaribu kumtoa in my life, but amekataa kuniondokea. Sijui nifanye nini.
Anakupenda.
Answer that one.
Huyu ndio anafaa mguide, mwambie huyo ndio wakupenda.
Alright, somebody is saying, I will prefer someone who loves you because you may be engaged with a girl, but you are not the one who will marry her. I don't think I really got that. Wewe jamani unaleta topic tofauti. Wewe anasema men are naturally polygamous. We have refused. But it's a topic. It's a topic we got
Let
to
me tell
talk
you,
about.
the other day I
sometime
told you,
back.
this is a Cosmos platform.
Yeah.
So don't refuse what you feel.
Yeah.
Remember that we are people who are polygamous and they are also watching.
Yeah.
So I usually say, even if I'm a pastor, we have the religions, okay?
That's true.
So give space for everyone. Don't tell them it's...
Something funny is I am for polygamy. I come from a family. My mother is from a polygamous family. My dad, my uncles are polygamous. Like if you choose to.
You've made peace.
yeah, if someone is okay.
Oh yeah, that's a topic for another day. Someone is saying, I would prefer to marry someone I love because I can't live with someone I don't love. Okay. And that's a lady. They've said they would prefer to marry someone that they love because
you
they
wake
don't
up and
see
love
them,
him.
Yeah, they don't see
That's a good
themselves
feeling.
living with someone who, you know. I'm Paul
Nelly
from,
wants provision.
I'm Paul from Karieni, Meru. According to Ephesians 5:33, men are to love their wives and wives are to
Amen.
respect their husbands.
Yes.
Me as a man, I feel loved when I'm respected.
Oh, okay.
All right.
It is automatic. It comes automatic.
Yeah. Someone says, love the person who loves you, period. Love the person who loves you.
I can
Yeah.
just start.
But you know when men stop loving, even you respect them, they see junk. You see? You know, they withdraw from that love.
Yeah.
Let's talk about everyone, not just what we feel.
That is
A
about
time
to tell
comes
us why
that
you
this man
speaking
is
for the
just
man.
walking out of this love.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know when a man draws attention to something else, they don't see what they were seeing, they see something different. So however much you try to respect, they see something different. They read, you write here, they see W, okay? Yes. Yeah. You have 5 questions to answer, you better do.
No, I'm listening to you and I'm
No,
wondering.
you come in. There are too many. You say you are the man.
Maybe one thing to say, I agree with you that it's possible for a man to give you flowers today and divorce papers tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because also women have put us in a corner where we have to pretend, this is how I want you to treat me to show me that you love. think of it this way. There's a person who suffers in life because they forgot their wife's birthday once. Yeah.
All right, so the lady who had said she has a question for us has sent a message again. So I want you to listen to this, and then either of you can give her the advice.
Okay.
So kuna mwanaume nimejaribu kumtoa in my life but amekataa kuniondokea. Sijui nifanye nini. Huyu mwanaume hafanyi anything kwa nyumba yangu. Hata kununua a quarter sugar peke yake na akona shop inaingiza pesa. I pay my own rent. I do everything for myself. Hata nikiwa na matanga hawezi toa hata 50 bob.
Wow.
Whenever I tell him to move out of my house, anasema kama kuna makosa amenikosea nimsamehe, but he doesn't change at all. Na anasema ananipenda.
No, that's not a man. Is he a Kenyan? Is he a Kenyan?
Leave that man alone.
Why are you ruling out that he's
Leave
not a
that
man?
man alone.
No. That's a
Tell
good
that
man.
woman to run and not look back.
No.
Let her run.
Okay, let him answer.
Let that man
Answer
enjoy.
the man.
Let me say this.
Enjoy what?
Women, whatsoever you tolerate will persist. So right now, you are reaping what you've been... This is not the first time.
Yeah.
And it looks like this guy is a keeper. Keep that guy. Just
No.
renegotiate your contracts.
That woman had agreed to keep that man, and that man now feels like he's entitled. But tell that woman, run.
No,
look back.
don't run.
Run.
This is a good man. The day he goes, you'll discover that protection is always available. You are
There's
the
a
one
man
who's,
out there for
you're
you.
the one who is not appreciating. No, all men are the same. That is the one God gave you. Work it out.
What's her name?
But he has money. Why
need
is he
to talk
keeping
to
money
her.
that he cannot come
He's
and
saving for future. He's building a castle for her.
That man is providing for someone
50
else.
bob. Why? Look at
man must be
Anatumia mtu
providing
pesa
for someone.
bila yeye kuitisha.
Hakuna.
Go check his M-Pesa.
Wewe mwanaume, Mungu akubariki sana. Anza kuongelesha
Run away.
mke wako, muonyeshe ile future investment, unamjengea gorofa in future. Usiharibu shilingi
A castle
She will
in the
50.
get
hair.
nothing.
A castle in the hair.
Usiharibu bei simiti.
Okay, I'm sure you've had all of them.
Run.
You
Sweetheart,
just
run.
make your
Well, but
choice.
whatever you tolerate,
Just make
will persist.
Yeah.
But I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Whatever you tolerate, you have accepted.
Yeah.
So it will persist.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a message
Amesema mpaka
here.
batanga 50 bob.
Kwani yeye
This one
peke
is
yake
saying,
ana matanga
hello,
nini?
it's Oswald. From my own perspective of view, I think love can work. But with that only, women take advantage of it, not to bring in support, but to take what we men, we are there for. They tend to fake love at some point, false images while hiding their true identity. True love for me, I see, is a scam. Let's just respect and bring peace in whichever way, just to chase
He has
purpose,
been scammed.
not companionship.
I have an issue. Why do men have an issue if a woman wants provision? Men will literally choose a woman. They'll be like, this specific height, this color, this body shape. You know, a woman from this community. Like, men are the best choosers. They will go all the way to the toes. But if a woman says, I want a provider, it's always an issue. She wants my money, she wants my money.
No, but it's the women who say what a man can do, a woman can do.
Yes,
Let
but
me give you
also
data.
right.
Let me give you
Let's
statistics.
take this call. Let's take this call. Good morning.
Morning.
Talk to us.
Yes, my take is left specifically for women. Women should make sure that they marry a man who loves them.
All right.
Period.
Okay.
Reason, when you look at the pages of the Bible, for an example, pick the case of Rachel and Leah. One was loved. This was Rachel. The other just walked in because she was the firstborn.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you, despite the many things that Leah did, for an example, she gave birth to children one after another, and the last one she said, I have given birth to this one so that then my husband will love me. And the husband never loved Leah.
Yeah.
He loved Rachel. And that was the bottom line. I think one of the things that girls need to understand is that men can do all the things they need, stamps up to love, but it isn't love. So it is critical for girls to make sure that they get married to a man who loves them.
All right. Thank you.
The other side,
Yeah.
on the other side, for an example, for a man can love a girl who doesn't love him, because what God says is love may really be things. This man may have married the girl without a car. Later in life, gets a car, and then the girl upgrades what she was thinking I did not love. I love this man because he has gotten this and gotten this. But a man will never love a person just because they are married.
Thank you.
And there was no foundation of love.
All right. Thank you so very much for your contribution. I believe that's a really good insight, right? It's a really good
A walk-in
insight.
marriage by a woman. You're walking.
You walking. And as we said, a man knows
Leah
when
walked
they
in.
know. So if they love you,
They know.
uko safe. I would say uko safe.
Yeah.
Because for me, love comes with emotional safety. I don't know if it is for every woman, but love comes with emotional safety. And I don't think you would be able to be at a place where you don't feel that safety.
Yeah.
You know, yes, there's the financial safety and all that, but I feel like the emotional safety is really, really important.
But you know, the financial also can go away.
Yeah.
And along the, you can lose anything.
Yeah.
What I think, as progressively as we have spoken, is that in a man there is a king ruling and a boy playing. So
same
make
as
sure
you
you
were
look
saying,
at
king
him.
and
Make sure he is ruling and also allow him to play, so that this will remain. Otherwise, it progressively you may lose as you grow, because if you don't have cars and they increase, women they have a problem. Men, I mean, have a problem when increase comes. They feel another woman should help to eat this money. Am I true?
Yeah. Many women have told us, you're not my level. So when the level comes, and you're looking at, men can access based on their bank balance. It's possible.
But how are you being with someone who's already told you you're not my level? See, then you just
That's what I'm
part
saying.
ways.
I'm justifying the fact that then when that level comes, they can access that level, which again talks about the fundamentals in which our relation should be.
Yeah.
Data shows us, I think some years back, 84% of women had their mother or sister as their next of kin. 94% of men had their wives as the next of kin. Because silently women know or feel like we will die before them, or something like that. So because of that, then the love dynamics. No, it is true.
Not even their daughter.
Let's go to the HR records.
It's about children.
Nah.
Because once I've died, you've married someone else, there's no one to take care of my kids. At least my mother, I'm sure my kids will be taken care of. And you're living, your next of kin is your wife, because your wife has your children. Who will take care of your children? Your wife.
It could also mean, statistically, that you're not taking good care of us so that we die early.
That's a
Because if you really want us to be...
That's a whole other conversation. Allow me to read some of
And you
the
can also
comments
trust your
that are
mother, she
coming
doesn't
in.
take care.
Someone said, morning, I am Lewis. So far, I'll go for the one I love. She respects me and respects me back. I'd prioritize respect over love, because where there is no love without respect, people need to understand the difference between fear and respect. For instance, if you beat a lady, they will fear you. They'll not respect you. Men generally feel loved and respected. Bottom line, you respect those who love you. There is always love behind respect. Mind you, I'm just 19 years.
Oh my God. You should focus on physics. Leave this.
Okay,
There are
another
people at 19, they are married.
one here is saying
You should focus on
3/4 of the
economics.
population are women and ladies, right? So lazima muwatunze hawa wanaume vizuri, or else mubaki bila mabwana.
Hey,
That's
Jesus.
someone's
I like
perspective.
that. Anaweza tuma namba ya M-Pesa.
Another one here is saying, thanks for the program. Respect to me is all I need as a man. With respect, any reasonable man will do anything for a woman.
Yeah.
That is Eric from Kakamega.
You're not hearing from the ladies.
I don't know why the ladies are quite quiet today. You know, even
These are
the
all
ones
men.
calling
Yeah,
in.
mostly.
No, the messages we have from ladies, yes, but the men are speaking more on this. Yeah.
They saw one man here, so they are trying to help you.
Yeah, they are really.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
There was an outbreak of ladies on the panel.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, we
Wanna
should be
support, wanna
finishing.
support.
I need to get your last remarks. We have around 3 minutes, so each person.
Okay.
Let me start with you, Pal. Your final remarks.
I would say that love is progressive. Whether in dating or in getting into marriage, invest and see what does this person like. Just make sure he sees what he likes and invest in that love. Also, look at your goals. Pursue your goals and make sure you achieve what you are meant to become.
Okay.
So according to the topic today, first of all, love is not everything. Other things should align. Like you guys should have common purpose, vision, goals, all that should align. Then love is just one aspect.
Yeah.
But always, as women, I want them to choose a man who loves them. A man who loves you will provide for you, will care for you, will take care of you. You know, as women, when you're in a marriage, you've put yourself in a position where you can have children. So we really do value security and consistency. So always choose a man that loves you.
Okay. Done.
Yeah, there's a gentleman who is a musician who sang, I think it's called Otile, who said, those you love may not necessarily love you back, and those who love you, you may not look at them twice. And so I think love is complex but it comes in different seasons. And I think working at it, building friendships, building capacity for the next level, building scenarios as you date and all that will help you navigate those seasons. Even whichever angle it is, whether you love them, you can win them over through love, or whether they're the ones who love you, you can be available to be reciprocate or receive the love that they give to you. Yeah.
All right, thank you so very much. And this is where we get to end our conversation. And as we end it, I want to mention this song. It's called It's a Man's World. And the lyrics say that this is a man's world, but it would be nothing without a woman to care.
Imagine.
So a man is meant to love the woman. Even the Bible says it. This is how we end this conversation. Thank you so very much to each and every one of you who has been tuning in. See you next time. Bye-bye.